Welcome back to Cowboys News TV, your #1 source for everything Dallas Cowboys. Today, we've got some exciting stories to cover, including the latest addition to the Cowboys roster that has the NFL buzzing. We've also got some bold trade predictions and potential roster moves that could shake things up. So, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Your subscription is incredibly important to us and helps us reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's dive right into our first story. The Dallas Cowboys have signed DC Defenders defensive back Guion Conley. That's right, the Cowboys are adding another talented player to their defense, and this one comes from the DC Defenders. Conley, a former first-round NFL draft pick, is making his way back to the NFL, and this time, it's with the Cowboys. Per Adam Schefter, Conley played in 7 games for the Defenders this season, starting in 5 of those matchups. He racked up 25 tackles, a tackle for loss, and 2 interceptions. Plus, he added a couple of pass breakups to his name. According to Pro Football Focus, while Conley might not have been the top cornerback in the UFL, he certainly put together some solid tape, enough to earn another shot in the NFL. Conley was part of a DC Defender secondary that saw some significant changes throughout the year, including the mid-season release of starting safety DJ Swearinger. Conley has had a previous stint in the NFL, but injuries have derailed his career. The potential is there, and now he'll have to prove to the Dallas Cowboys that he's deserving of a roster spot. It's worth noting that the Cowboys love their spring football athletes. They currently have former Michigan Panthers DB Josh Butler on their practice squad, and Conley will be competing with him for a spot. Additionally, the Cowboys have signed all-UFL linebacker Willie Harvey Jr. Both Conley and Harvey had worked out with Dallas last week. Without the national platform that the UFL provided Conley with, who knows if this opportunity would have been possible. Now, I want to hear from you, Cowboys Nation. Do you think Guion Conley will make the final roster? Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Also, vote in our poll about which new signing you are most excited about. Our second story today involves a bold scenario that could see the Dallas Cowboys dealing Dak Prescott at the trade deadline during the 2024 season. This prediction comes from Bleacher Report's Brad Gagnon, who suggests that the Cowboys might unload Prescott to a team desperate for a quarterback. Quarterbacks rarely move in the middle of seasons, but Gagnon believes most of the ingredients are there in this case. He wrote on June 21 that if a contender were to suffer a major injury at quarterback, or if a team like Las Vegas or Seattle finds itself in contention despite their current quarterbacks, a deadline blockbuster involving Prescott could happen. This scenario is predicated on the Cowboys falling out of contention, potentially leading to the organization deciding to move their 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback as he goes through the final season of his contract. Why would the Cowboys trade Dak Prescott? The Cowboys and Prescott are currently embroiled in a contract impasse. While Dallas remains adamant that they want to get a long-term deal done with their franchise quarterback, there has been little traction in contract talks. And let's not forget, the Cowboys still need to secure long-term deals with CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. Gagnon mentions Prescott's lack of postseason success, noting he's 2-5 in the playoffs and has never advanced past the divisional round. This may play a significant role in the Cowboys deciding to move on from the 30-year-old quarterback. If that happens, the organization could very well decide it's time to move on from Prescott, who has been part of just 2 playoff wins and has thrown 4 interceptions in the team's last 2 postseason losses. Now, let's talk money. There's little doubt that Prescott will garner a big money deal if he enters free agency. According to Spotrac, his projected market value is $53.1 million per year across 4 years, totaling over $212 million. That would make Prescott the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Considering Kirk Cousins, who is older than Prescott and has just 1 career playoff win, just signed a 4-year, $180 million contract with the Atlanta Falcons, Prescott, who finished as the runner-up in MVP voting during the 2023 season, will likely sign an even bigger deal if he hits free agency in 2025. Why would the Seahawks trade for Dak Prescott? If the Cowboys don't want to pay Prescott north of $50 million per year, dealing him to a team like the Seahawks could be beneficial for both sides. Seattle could package draft assets along with potential veteran pieces to sweeten the deal for Dallas. The Seahawks currently feature Geno Smith as their starting quarterback, but he has never won a playoff game in his career. Despite playing in the Pro Bowl over the past 2 seasons, Smith has never proven to be a consistent winning quarterback during his 11 seasons in the NFL. Prior to the 2022 season, Smith had not served as a full-time starting quarterback since 2014. If the Cowboys decide to make a bold move and trade Prescott, it could change the landscape of the NFL. Do you think the Cowboys should trade Dak Prescott? Let us know in the comments below and join the conversation. Our third story today is a bit shocking. According to predictions, the Dallas Cowboys might make a surprising in-season trade. It's not often that star quarterbacks get traded, and it almost never happens during the season. However, Brad Gagnon of Bleacher Report is going bold with his latest predictions. He identifies potential in-season trades to monitor, including the Dallas Cowboys moving on from Dak Prescott. Gagnon notes that this scenario would likely occur if the Cowboys regress and the Philadelphia Eagles establish a firm grasp on the NFC East. If that happens, the organization could very well decide it's time to move on from Prescott, who has been part of just 2 playoff wins and has thrown 4 interceptions in the team's last 2 postseason losses. Unfortunately for Dallas, regression isn't out of the realm of possibility. They were named one of the top 3 biggest losers this offseason and still have plenty of concerns to address. They failed to replace most of their offseason losses and ignored key contracts for Prescott, wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, and head coach Mike McCarthy, all of whom are in the final year of their respective contracts. Once known as one of the more aggressive teams in spending, the Cowboys have become unbelievably frugal. That's why this take might be bold but not unbelievable. Jerry and Stephen Jones have balked at the current quarterback market, including $53 million per season for Jared Goff and $55 million for Trevor Lawrence. Imagine Prescott's demand of $60 million becoming a reality while the team struggles to win games. In such a situation, the Jones family might not blame the poor performance on themselves for their lack of spending. Instead, they'll do what they've done in the past and blame Prescott and his salary. As the Cowboys build their depth chart for 2024, they can't take any spot lightly. History has shown us that backup receivers can play a major role over the course of a year, and Dallas had a really good one recently in Cedric Wilson Jr. Finding someone who can provide his level of security could be important to the upcoming season. What do you think about the possibility of an in-season trade for Dak Prescott? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to vote in our poll on whether you think the Cowboys should keep or trade Prescott. Our fourth and final story today is about a veteran Cowboys running back who might be in danger of being released before the 2024 season. The Dallas Cowboys have made multiple additions to their running back group, but that doesn't mean all these players will make the roster. Ezekiel Elliott is the most notable addition, but Royce Freeman is also a veteran presence on the roster. The problem for Freeman is that there's a crowd of running backs, and with young talent and unique skill sets coming into play, it's going to be tough for him to secure a spot. Blogging the Boys writer LP Cruz predicted that Freeman would end up missing the 53-man roster. Ezekiel Elliott returns to the Cowboys after 1 year away with the New England Patriots. Zeke should resume as the team's lead back, with Rico Dowdle coming in to spell him. LP Cruz predicted in a June 21 article that failing to make the cut would be veteran runners Royce Freeman and Malik Davis. Their goodbye at the end of the summer shouldn't be seen as permanent, as either could be brought back at some point during the regular season. While Cruz thinks Freeman could return, his future is uncertain. It's not an ideal situation for the veteran running back, but it is for Dallas. They don't have a proven number 1 RB at this stage, but the Cowboys do have a variety of different skill sets to consider. Royce Freeman is trying to stick with Dallas as a third-round pick by the Denver Broncos in the 2018 NFL Draft. There was legitimate hype for Freeman. He had impressed at Oregon and became the Pac-12's all-time leader in rushing touchdowns. He then entered a talented RB room with the Broncos that would allow him time to develop. After his rookie season, there was plenty of optimism. According to Pro Football Reference, Freeman totaled 521 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns in 2018. He averaged a solid 4.0 yards per carry and offered a physical, bruising option for Denver. But his role minimized, and his production stalled over the next 2 years, eventually being released by Denver shortly before the 2021 season. Over the past 3 NFL seasons, Freeman has struggled to find a long-term home. The former Duck has played for the Carolina Panthers, Houston Texans, and the Los Angeles Rams. The Cowboys are hoping his 2023 stint with the Rams is a sign of things to come, as Freeman averaged 4.1 yards per carry on his way to a season with 319 yards and 2 touchdowns. Freeman isn't the only Cowboys vet facing the cut line. Besides Freeman, another notable veteran who could be released is wide receiver Jalen Tolbert. Tolbert was a third-round pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, but has not properly established himself in Dallas. Inside, the star writer Mark Heaney believes Tolbert could be cut in favor of young talent like undrafted free agent signing Ryan Floor. The competition is fierce, and every spot on the roster is crucial. Do you think Royce Freeman will make the final roster? What about Jalen Tolbert? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to participate in our poll on which veteran you think will make the cut. That's all for today's video, Cowboys fans. If you enjoyed the content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support helps us grow and reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Cowboys News TV.